Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're playing with the Cowgirls again. It's part two. Ding, 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 ding. I am going to be playing with these sweet little girls that I put crackle paste on. And if you want to see that process and more about this, there is a video that I uploaded last week where I made 5 cards. And we're going to make 3 more today. I got the stamp set in the mail. Yay! This is from the Not Too Shabby shop. I'm going to leave the Not Too Shabby shop and Sweet Pea Curiosities down below. Here are the awesome paper pads from this month, and that kicked this whole thing off for me. And so let's just dive in. These are going to be a whole lot of fun. I'm going to make 5x7 cards. That is, I'm sure, no surprise to anyone here. And I'm going to use a couple more sheets of these paper pads. I'm going to tell y'all, when I got the stamp set, because I ordered the 2 paper pads and the ephemera kits that matched. Then I completely fell in love with them. So I really wanted the stamp set with the sentiments. And then I was like, well, I do love those paper pads, so let me get 2 more of those. I doubled up. Oh my goodness. So hopefully there's some left in the shop for you. Again, that's all linked down below. I am just finding pattern papers that I like, and I love like that roses with her hat. I loved her hat with those roses on it. And I liked the orange and yellow tones for this girl, and so I thought this paper was really nice. So I found 3 papers to mat these photos. So that's what I'm going to do next. Now, I could have definitely measured these out and then cut my paper accordingly, but I don't think I was in the mood when I was making these cards. So I did it like this. I just glued it down on those top and left edge, basically where I wanted it, where I wouldn't have to trim that matte paper, and then I just trimmed the other 2 sides to match. I didn't really measure anything, and that's exactly how I did all these girls. I don't think they're perfect, but I think they're rustic and fun, so that makes me happy. Oh my gosh, you guys. So when I made that Sparkle Heart card the last time with the cowgirl and the horse and the hearts, well, that day she was named Howdy Student, which is Student of the Week. And they always have them wear a cowgirl hat or a cowboy hat when they're awarded that certificate. It was just so timely. It was awesome. Oh, so I have a Howdy Student. She's so fun. All right, I grabbed different pages from stacks of old book pages, and basically I was looking for a couple of things. I wanted different fonts and text size. I also wanted different tones on the paper. So I wanted some that were like a little bit bright, some that were darker and more toned. And I'm just going to sit here and collage 2 8.5 by 11 sheets because I'm going to use this for my background today on my 5x7 cards. I thought this just really gave that aged look and was lots of fun. So I'm just showing you here. It's so funny. I don't show you the second page, me collaging the second page, which went much faster. But this one I did show you, which is where I'm probably overthinking things a little bit. I'm sure we all get in that headspace sometimes, but I did take off a lot of the borders around the pages. I didn't want too much of that. I wanted a lot of the text, and I wanted a lot of the pieces kind of overlapping because I know I'm just going to be taking like a portion of this page for each card. And I love what this gave to my card fronts. I am so delighted that I did this process. Plus, it's just kind of fun. I love tearing paper. So it's just fun for me. Here, I'm going to cut this to 6 7/8 and 4 7/8. So I'm just leaving myself a little bit of a border. I found that page that said it was a poem called Desert Sage, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so perfect. So I was so delighted that I was able to cut that in a way that it's going to still show on my card. It's the little things. It's the little things that just delight my crafty heart. So I'm just trimming these down. And now I'm going to have three of them plus plenty of leftovers for other projects. I'll probably make tags out of those or something. But yeah, I just instantly love this look, and it's going to cover the majority of my cards, just giving me a tiny white border. I can't help myself. I always like to have a border on my cards, and these days, sometimes I really like to have a thick border, like white border around my cards. It's like it gives the eye some rest because I can tend to like really layer things up and maybe make a busy design. Speaking of, I'm bringing in some lace. Um, One of the sentiments in that stamp set said, I think it said like boots, lace, and a little bit of grace, something like that. And I was like, yeah, I need to bring some lace in on these. So I grabbed different ones from my stash, and I just loved this one. I think my friend Cheryl sent this to me, and I really love this lace. It's just so pretty. The dainty little flowers. Again, I'm putting it with my girl with the flower hat. And so I'm just going to run that across the top. It really couldn't be any easier than that. And then I had a scrap that I put below each picture just to bring in more pattern and design. And I like the way it all layered up. I love the collaged look of this all. I just think it came together so nicely. I toyed with the idea of having one of them landscape, and it totally could have worked. If I would have kept going and working with it, I could have for sure made this work, but in the end, I decide, nah, I really like them upright and in portrait orientation, so that's what I did instead. I hope you guys are having a really good day. I got sick this weekend. It was such a bummer. It was my husband's like birthday weekend, and I did not feel good for the last 2 days. Couldn't eat. I have had one meal in the last like 36 hours. But yeah, I seem to be past it now, which makes me so happy. And so I'm going to, just get some content out for you guys this week. I don't know what it'll be because I was too under the weather to record. Craft and lunch. One thing I did, and one thing, well, I should say I am in the process of, is cleaning my craft room, you guys. Oh my gosh. The danger zone is getting whipped into shape. It's sad because I've worked in it quite a bit already. I bet I have cleaned my craft room for 8 hours, and you can't necessarily tell. Only a fine-tuned eye, such as mine, would know that it has been worked in. That's how out of control I let it get. And honestly, my whole house, I've got to get it together, y'all. Oh, domestic stuff, it's just, I'd rather be crafting. I don't know what else to tell you. I'd rather be parenting. I'd rather be crafting. A lot of times I'd even rather be working than cleaning my house. Can I get an amen? All right. I am trying out this Craft Bond glue. I got it at Walmart for like less than $3. And what I'm doing is I'm testing it and using it in place of, whenever I can, Fabri-Tac, because y'all, that's like liquid gold. They really love their glue, and the price of it is just a little spendy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's so anyways, I am just trying to see if this Craft Bond can replace it. And so far, okay, it's my first project with it, all right? But I'm thinking yes. I'm thinking this could do it. I really, really like it. Okay, so the things I like about Craft Fabri-Tac is that it's clear. What I don't like about it is the pungent acetone smell. And it like takes off your nail polish and it's expensive. So I am just shopping around, trying different things. And what I like about this Craft Bond is she's thick and she sticks. And I think it's going to work. I mean, I think I will still have to buy Fabri-Tac and use it. But I'll be able to use Craft Bond in its place. So I'll follow up with y'all, but I really think it's going to work. I like it so far. All right, so I'm going to pick out some ephemera, and this kind of reminds me of the first cards that I made, which if you missed that video, I'll try to remember to leave that linked down below as well. But I'm just going to put one piece on these cards. And this girl in the middle, which reminds me of my daughter, that's Sparkle Heart. I don't know. I liked those boots. Like, I like all of it. But I thought they were a little bit big. They kind of take away from her sweet face. I don't know what it is because the other girls have bigger pieces of ephemera, and I don't feel like it takes away from them. But for my girl in the middle, I do kind of feel like it takes away from them. I did ink blend the edges and shabby these up a little bit, distress them a little bit. And I did decide to go ahead and swap out those boots for a hat, a small hat, actually, because I don't know, I just want her to be the star of the show. And I felt like, yes, just a little boop down there, a little hat down there was what this card needed. So once I get that all assembled, then I am just gonna start gluing these down to my 5x7 card bases. Yay! And there is just the slightest border. I didn't get this one on there super straight, but I'm not stressing about it. I think that's the beauty of having like this collage style and a vintage style is you need even less perfection. So I really wanted to incorporate this sentiment stamp set with all of my cards, the cards I made last week, these cards. So I have 8 cards. And what I decided to do was put all my sentiments on blocks and then just grab an 8.5x11 sheet of paper and start stamping them out. So I stamped more than I needed, but I like doing this sort of thing because I will use it later. And the next time I come to grab this stamp set, chances are I'm going to be delighted that I already have some of it stamped out. That's usually how I feel anyways, when I think of a stamp set and then I go and get it and I'm like, yay, there's already something to work with. Awesome. Now I do opt for like stamping these on this paper, cutting it out, and gluing it onto my card because my cards are done and I don't want to risk like stamping on my card base and messing it up, even though I know I could go back and cover it up. It's like, ugh, that's twice as much work. I'll just do it this way and not worry about it. So I get all of those stamped and cut. Some of the cutting I do with my paper trimmer, some of it I do by hand because I guess I wanted crooked lines. I don't know. But there it is. And I did distress with pink ink around these. This is just a dirty brush. It's not one color. It's the combination of colors over the last 3 years. I've never, ever, not one time, y'all, confessional moment, have I cleaned my brushes. Nope. I just let them be. I have them designated by their colors. And what happens, happens. And I'm never upset about it. So the pink gets all the pink ink, the brown, all the different browns, and black. That one's extra dirty. And it works for me. But yeah, if you just want like a set color, then you should probably clean your brushes. All right. I have all these paper strips left over from my first video. So I'm going to use those down in the bottom and I'm going to pop my sentiments over on the left. And that way someone has space to write on that right side. It was going to be a little cramped if I put both of those pieces on one side. You could definitely put ephemera or stamp on the insides of these and that would be beautiful. I definitely thought about doing, and I might still go back, some black, just some pretty images like roses or something, stamp it in black ink all around that sentiment. But I left them pretty plain. I did distress around all the insides as well, just because that really tied it to the front of the cards. So here they are, you guys. These lovely little cowgirls are done, and I just adore them. There's my sparkle heart. I'm trying to capture that crackle for you guys. It's the transparent crackle from Tim Holtz from Ranger. I need to get my purple iron out. I found it. And iron out that lace a little. But I just think these cards are so sweet. I'm going to be giving these to my niece for a Christmas gift. She's a cowgirl. She's a country girl, and she loves it. So I think she will love having these in her stash. So I tried to use some sentiments that I thought she could use for different occasions. And this one's really fun. This is like 2 different laces and then that kind of burlap with foil. I thought that was very, very sweet. So sweet, you guys. I love these cards. Bless your heart. Bless all your hearts for watching my channel, for hanging out with me, for being so kind. I am so sorry. I am so far behind on comments, you guys. I talked about this a little bit in a live, but I've been working like 65-hour weeks nonstop, week after week after week, and I just have run out of time for all the things. But I will come back and give them all the love that you all deserve. Thank you for giving me all the love. And I'm sorry I'm so far behind. I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, this is a yes on the craft bond. I like it. And there's something so nostalgic about unscrewing that yellow tip, that Elmer's yellow tip, because, you know, been gluing with that since I was in kindergarten. I wanted to show you guys how I finished off the insides of these cards now that I had the stamp sets. So I did go ahead and go back to, these are the ones I made in my first video. I went back and added a sentiment, and I added another strip of coordinating paper because I had plenty left over. Oh, you guys, Sweet Pea Curiosity has cowboys. Vote down below. Let me know. Do you want to see the cowboys? I mean, even if you don't want to see them, I'm probably going to make them because I got 2 little great nephews that are cowboys. They're rootinest, tootinest, cutest little cowboys. And so I need to make their mamas some cards like these. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're interested. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.